desperate for you. Oh, oh, we are desperate for you. Oh, oh, we are desperate for you. Oh, oh, ah, we are desperate for you. Oh, oh, 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 we are yearning for you. Oh, oh, we are yearning for you. Oh, oh, Shalibaruate. We are hungry for you. Oh, oh, 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 Aya Barusa de Felia. We are hungry for you. Oh, oh, we are yearning for you. Oh, oh, Aya Barusate. We are yearning for you. Oh, oh, we are yearning for you. Oh, oh, habaratembraso. We are yearning for you. Oh, oh, we are yearning for you. Oh, oh, ha. We are hungry for you. Oh, oh, we are hungry for you. Oh, oh, ha. We are hungry for you. Oh, oh, we are yearning for you. Oh, oh, we are yearning for you. Oh, oh, we are yearning for you. Oh, oh, we are thankful for you. Oh, oh, we are grateful for you. Oh, oh, Kaya Bawasa. We are grateful for you. Oh, oh, we are grateful for you. Oh, oh, We are grateful for you, oh, oh, oh. We are thankful for you, oh, oh, oh. We are grateful for you, oh, oh, ha. We are thankful for you, oh, oh. We are grateful for you, oh, oh. We are thankful for you, oh, oh. We are grateful for you, oh, oh. We are thankful for you, oh, oh. We are grateful for you, oh, oh. Even in the midst of uncertainty, in the midst of uncertain things, in the midst of things that looks like storm, we are still thankful. We are still thankful. We are still thankful. We are still thankful. Like I would always say, gratitude isn't beyond. Gratitude is from the heart. Gratitude, it is from the heart. 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 When you appreciate God, you open the platform. You are opening portals. You are opening more portals for God to access, for God to go through. Thanksgiving is so powerful. Thanksgiving is so powerful. It's so powerful. It's so powerful. It is so powerful. Ah, Jesus. Rande braso sede velita. I cabrando bresosare. Burn like fire. I kaliana barwasa. All we can do today can be Thanksgiving. This is the last Wednesday, should I say Tuesday through Wednesday for the month of February. And to God be the glory. Our president was able to read out the state address by 9 o'clock. But yeah, we are just appreciating God for what He has done in the previous year. Since February last year, when He was really pronounced as the president, He has done His best so far. Can we just appreciate the name of the Lord for our nation? Can we say, Jesus, we are grateful. You are the God that can calm every storm. You are the God who has calmed all storm. You know, the Bible was saying something. They gave Moses a rod, gave Abraham a change of name. Everyone asked something, but guess what? We had. We were given a name. We were given a name, the name Jesus. The Bible recorded that at the mention of the name Jesus, it is just a mention. It is not an enforcement. At the mention of the name Jesus, storms keep quiet. Struggles and end come to it. At the mention of the name Jesus, every obstacles come to an end. That is what the name of Jesus can do. That is what the name of Jesus can do. The name of Jesus is powerful. The name of Jesus is live. The name of Jesus proclaim and pronounce humility. It engulfed power. It takes authority. Can we just appreciate the name of the Lord? Can we give God thanks? Can we bless our Messiah this morning, this evening? And just appreciate him. And just appreciate him. Appreciate him. Appreciate him. Appreciate the name of the Lord. Appreciate the name of the Lord. I cabreso senembrati. Embrabe broko sabelede berende bradu frete. Reko sikande bratu setetembi mabrakwara ende fratwa sandi liada barate. O raki brenem bratu asai. Setetebele brane fratu runande resesi. En capella broso solifanante e fravivono veleti mambra so selete. The Bible says that the name of the Lord is a strong tower, that the righteous run it into it and they are saved. Yes, the righteous run it into it and they are saved. So beyond the name as a person, beyond the name, the name can represent so many things. Can we just give God thanks? Can we give God thanks for giving us the name Jesus? For the power in the name of Jesus. For the potency in the name of Jesus. For the power in the name Jesus. For the potency in the name Jesus. Oh, we are carriers of light. We are carriers of God. I cabrasosele de feliana taila prato presesete. For we have been given a name that is above every name, that at the mention of the name Jesus, every name shall bow in heaven, underneath earth, they shall bow. The name of the Lord Jesus saves. It rescues. It opens doors. The name of the Lord Jesus is a strong tower. Thank you for Jesus. Lord, we are grateful. Lord, we are grateful. Jesus, 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 we are grateful. 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 I cabra so senenteliaba. Membra koroba breso sanianda de do sasianande. Men capello brocoto sosototi. I am brada balia babra qua bembrete. Masute te kelia gabarua bembele. Mabruzu silan frende krutu karakiaba. Membrato sabebe mbrete. Ora che breco brande breto rotariana bracuazande. Essa bebe boca papapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapapap Shatai. Jesus. No, he is great. 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 We serve a living God. A God who is true to his word. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jesus. 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 Oh, thank you. Jesus, we thank you. Jesus, we give you praise. 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 Ebrako sande pretende belikai kabinambro sosibe. Shandele brabi bruna te errekwabai. Marasusi nambelia tafelia. Ai babelombre nembra zuzele bendia krato sasikande breketi. Ma bembro to barati brasambele tekele kapa prukambe ne inteliata. Oh, sababele berua baba bembroto. Membra to keke tu kai kabika barua kete. I koke bueno brasu se de felita felente beruata. Rabrako brina brazuzelete efrado sasia. Seke pepe pele petelia papa baraba barua bembro sotie. Hey, Jesus. Jesus, 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 Jesus. E cobra suke nefrati. Sete de belle bendi baruate brende braquaba embecosi e fenemfe libra suzele di brando zasiate. O cababele braqua beberete. Mambrozo sete e bababi. Mambra bradi baruate que te hele brasuze. Sapa pepelom brene bratuarati brazuzeve. Hai kaki kwamba brozo sevenenteli ibrambele de brodo sasiala de bratumbrete e kabebe mabraso seli frati tu kenem brazuze and escabia krotu. Oh Jesus, oh Jesus, we exalt your holy name. We exalt your holy name. We exalt you. 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 Jesus be praised. Jesus be praised. Be praised, O God. Be praised, O God. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Lord, you are good. Lord, you are good. For in you we found solace. In you we found solace. Yes, yes, yes. Through you we found solace. We found that peace. The peace our heart longs for. The peace our heart longs for. Through you we secure that peace. We secure that peace. We secure that peace. We secure that peace, Jesus. Jesus, we secure that peace. We secured that peace. That peace, that peace, that peace, that peace, that peace. Lord Jesus, we are grateful. Lord Jesus, we are grateful. We are grateful. We are grateful. Embrato sasi la frende che di cabrado sasi gente tua. Embrazo se vrende retobra cambrene eli cabai. Membrazo se vilati shababembroto e kai cabinambre susati. Rete te bika bemboy ai brazuze venentelia marua bebe boy kababarate rosso sinandi en kai to kali kabelembra to asasitekete e babelo ombra be bruko bra kabrusu zeveletende heliada barati prokoto embazuzelia fai Jesus Jesus e koi kapra ko brakete Abe boy cambra tuande frezezuzi indaliata seke breke nebratai barua babizu mento fifa alibranda bradu zesende o rababababe brombe rabababe bukai membra zuze bilati inkai ko bratu asate efrato runumbra zizelete efenente elia mitai ko bratu sinan frezu zaliata. Our God is faithful. He 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 is faithful. Oh, has he not said it? He said he's going to do it. If he has said it, he will do it. He does not work with the timing of human. He works with the spiritual. Oh, Jesus, we bless you and we give you praise. For in Jesus' mighty name we are prayed. For in Jesus' mighty name we are still praying. This morning, we are going to be opening some portals. In the realm of the spirit, we are opening portals. We are accessing the holy hills. We are accessing mountains. We are opening portals. We are accessing mountains. I bretombra sande frete. Mindae kabele brazuze veleteliata. Let us pray in the language of the spirit for the next 10 minutes. Let us pray and stir up the well. Whereby by the time we enter, we can just take about 15 to 10 minutes to tear up those portals. We enter and we take authority. Abreko bresene baladi dafilado shendero asasi kefreti imbratua belete e kapikwa mamarua sande feliata sheke kruka barate mrenende barwasa zenkenti kiliaka fino fretete manshila brakwa bazuzekelete embrato breke bikombi ambrasasi mentua tai kabarati jebebepele embrete breke bebuka baratia resosi brinambreto brada duzita en kai kabiba belombra tuarate rebebroso brada duzita en kai kabiba belombra tuarate rebebroso sande frete Kelezi kanifariata kabele brete beso rabi and tu tika kufina senefeli ela brebe elendi sheke pinambre kababe embrapa eboy kabra wababa senefeli esiato sabe elendi aikabro pinambre kababi possession of malate libra tuanele masezo sheke prende wakaya babo senzo the men of his take possession of time and season in the life of the Bible says that all you just need to do is just to accept time and season. There are some time in the life of what seems to be that all you just need to do is just to access something and because you are looking out at life what seems to be difficult, what seems to be difficult because you have done out to apply for help. Of such. The Lord God can take possession of such. We can give you possession. Take possession of such. You can take possession of such. Get to something. Our God is too faithful to lie. You just realize that there's certain things you can't just find yourself something. So that comes out of part of your life. You just realize that there are some certain things you can't just find yourself. It's just like that. You can't just do them. It is not normal. It is not normal. It is just like that. You can't do that. You can't do that. take authority, take possession.
Jesus, we have come to you this morning.
Take authority to take possession
We have
of the
come to
atmosphere,
you
of
this
the weather,
morning.
of the city, of the nation.
Authority, take
at large.
possession. To take authority to take possession of the atmosphere, of the weather, of the city, of the
Many times we see
nation.
the story of Joseph
large.
and then we wonder how it is possible for a foreigner to come to another land.
Many
and
times
take
we see the story of Joseph
Yes.
and then we wonder how
Yes,
it is
indeed.
possible for a foreigner to come to another land.
He was sold
And
and yet
take
he
the
came to
land.
another land.
Yes.
Possession.
Yes,
The-
indeed.
The king said,
came.
I have given
He was
you
he,
a go
he
ahead
was sold
to
and yet he
oversee
came to another land.
everything
He took possession
in this
The-
nation.
The king said, I am
this
giving
you
you
in this
a go ahead
in this my
to
nation.
oversee everything
Ah,
in this
you
nation.
can
Everything
stir up,
in this
you can stir
realm,
up that
in this
young,
in this
that
nation.
realm, that realm,
Ah.
that atmosphere.
We can
get there this
stir up,
morning.
we can stir up that
We can
that
get there this
that
morning.
that
We
realm,
can get there this
that
morning.
realm, that
This morning. We can get there 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 this morning. We can get there. We can get there. We can get there. We can get Oh, Abrakuruna de Satelia membra Zuzele de Cobre Kabila Fino Fede Abrakuruna de Satelia membra Zuzele de Kabila Jesus my God, Jesus my God, Jesus my God. He is just too faithful.
My God.
Yeah, he is just too faithful.
Jesus, my God.
He is just too faithful. 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 Who can question his authority? Who? Nobody. He is just nobody. He is just Marati Branos. He is just too faithful. Imbrado Sasia Tai Cabreke, Gero Sono Frete, Rabbi Bamber Mazazila Frete, Sabi Kebelende Belia, Imbrado Sasia Tai Cabreke, Elembrando Zazike, Rabbi Bamber Mazazila Frete, Sabi Kebelende Belia. Marabi broso se prende ele prando zazike embra baba baba kapika baruka prate baba barua bebe membro soto pele tekela embra baba baba broso sofina baba baba zuzika mata broso mata tete milante mata tika baba sofina tete baba baba esuta tika kapika Arute Jesus. Mabra Zukuve, Egende di Labra Debra Baba
Mabra Guzukuve,
Mabra
Egende
Baba
di Labra Debra Baba
Embrato Brakwa Pasete Gende Tabra Rabele Libali Ambrado Brakwa Sabreto Sasi Libali Ambrado Brakwa Sabreto Libali Ambrado Sabreto Don't give up.
You can't be tired.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up on God.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
Don't give up on God.
Don't give up.
Don't give up. Don't give up on the Lord.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up.
Don't give up on the Lord. Jesus, any day, and then pratia on the Lord. Jesus, any day, and then pratia come about Jesus, in the name of Jesus,
did not come about this morning.
now we are going
in the name of Jesus. Did not come about. Now we are going in the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus,
Now we are going by the name of Jesus. We are going by the name of Jesus.
covered by the blood.
In the name of
It is being
Jesus.
soaked by the blood of
In the
Jesus.
name of
Covered by the
Jesus.
blood. I mean, it is being
It is being
soaked
soaked
by the blood of Jesus.
Is covered by
I mean, it is being soaked.
It is being soaked by the blood of Jesus.
It is being soaked. The Bible says they saw the blood. It is being soaked. The blood signifies so the blood that every sin. The blood signifies so many things that every blood of Jesus. The blood signifies so many things that every sin by the blood of Jesus. Every sin is soaked. The blood of Jesus sets
By the blood of Jesus.
every sin
The
of
blood
Jesus
of Jesus sets
cleansing.
by the blood of Jesus. The blood of
Ah,
Jesus. The blood of Jesus sets.
there is power,
Might
in the blood.
There is power.
There is power, might in the blood. Might.
There is power.
Might
Jesus
in the blood. Might your blood.
There is power. Jesus, and there is
Your
might.
blood is grazing banners
Jesus.
for
Your
more.
blood is grazing banners.
Lord Jesus, you are going
For
into
more. Your
places.
blood is grazing
In this
banners.
season,
Jesus, you are going into
nations.
places. In this season, Lord Jesus, you are going into
about the
places.
blood.
Yeah, in this season,
And you are making your
nation about the
You are making your name.
Yeah, and you are making your
blood.
blood negligent.
You are
about
making
your
your
name,
blood.
Lord Jesus. You are
Lord,
making
you
your
will do
blood
it.
know. You are making your
Jesus,
making
you
your
will
name
do
know.
it.
Lord, you are making
Lord,
your
you
blood
will
know.
do it.
You are making
Jesus,
your
Jesus,
blood
you
know.
will do it.
Lord,
Lord,
you
you
will
do
do
it.
it.
Ah,
Jesus, you will do it.
the mightiness of God.
Lord, you will do
Name.
it. Jesus,
The mightiness of
the
God
mightiness
is
of
in
God is in His name.
Ai barosene brete elefene fratusai kabele krato sabi presende mandi librato presezete e kafreteli kabarase ashikato kebe mete preso saliata. Peradventure you are forgotten. Adventure you are forgotten. I just want to bring to your remembrance in the early book of the Bible, when it was time for sacrifice, they made use of rams as sacrificial lamb. And all they need is the blood of that lamb. By the grace of God, Jesus came into the picture in the New Testament, and he became the lamb that has come to cleanse all unrighteousness, all sin, all filthiness. And that is why in the book of John chapter 3 and verse 16, the Bible says, "For God so loved the world, what measure of love, that he gave his only begotten Son to die for the sins of man." And that is the process at which the blood of Jesus becoming the Lamb of God. There is power mighty in the blood. There is power mighty in the blood. There is healing in the blood. There is power mighty in the blood. There is healing in the blood. There is power mighty in the blood. There is healing in the blood. We came this morning with the name of Jesus. We came this morning with his power. We came this morning with the name of Jesus. We came this morning with the power of Jesus. We've not come about home. We've not come about home. We've not come just to mark attendance of our presence. Jesus, for that which you have for this country, for every unrighteousness, let your blood speak. The Bible says, for the sake of the righteous one, I will not. Oh my goodness, Holy Spirit, help us. Help us, Jesus. Help us, Jesus. We know. The Bible says, in sin have we been begotten, have they begotten us? Yes, in sin. That is why, even while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. He took away that shame. He took that pain. He bore it on the cross. And say, for this sake, the Son of Man is made manifest. Jesus, my God. Jesus, my God. The effectiveness of God's power lies on your belief. The effectiveness of the power of God lies on your belief. God can do all things. He can do all things. But the thing is that, did you believe in that much? That's why the Bible says, if you can have faith as small, as little as a mustard seed, you will speak to this mountain. Oh, you mountain, move, be cast into fire, and it will. But the thing is that, do you believe? Do you believe? Do you believe in the authority in the name of Jesus? Did you believe in the power in the name of Jesus? Do you believe in that Jesus who can calm every storm? Do you believe in the blood? Do you believe in the blood? Do you believe in the blood? The song says, the blood of Jesus set me free. The blood of Jesus set me free. The blood of Jesus set me free. That was the scenario that happened in the book of Genesis. It said, and when they see the blood, they will pass over. That is the blood of Jesus setting individuals free. You know, it is the season of Lent, and one significant revelation that the Lord God has showed me. I guess this is the first week of Lent. Yeah, we started the first Ash, we had this, last week was Ash Wednesday. And we started this far before then, but one significant that the Lord just made me see was the ash which was put on their head last Wednesday. And then the Bible made me to recall that it might be ash now. Back then in the scripture, it was the blood of the Lamb. And then it gave me a scenario at which when individual dies, they get their ash and use it as a remembrance. I don't attend Catholic. I can't say I don't believe in their doctrine because I don't know what their doctrine is. But the Bible, the revelation was just open to me that these are some certain things. These are the revelation that the Lord God has for His people. That in this season, let it be evidence that you have that mark. Let it be evidence that you are a carrier of the blood of Jesus. Let it be evidence that truly that blood of Jesus is working for you. Let it be evident. Let people see the mark and say, yes, you are a chosen generation. You are a royal priesthood. You are a holy nation. You are a peculiar people. According to the book of 2 Peter 2 verse 9. 1 Peter 2 verse 9. There are records in the Bible of where the blood of Jesus is. The blood of Jesus is beyond our regular assumption, prescription, perspective. The blood of Jesus is mighty. The blood of Jesus is powerful. And guess what? The blood is with you. The blood of Jesus does wondrous things beyond finding out. The blood of Jesus is in that storm you are facing. The blood of Jesus is setting you free. The blood of Jesus is taking records of those little misunderstandings. Those times when you feel like, oh, I am about to give up. The blood of Jesus is right there. The blood of Jesus is right there. And a few things that you will do this morning. We will sprinkle the blood of Jesus around cities, around states, around city, around states. See, Jesus, my God. Jesus, my God. Jesus, my God. Jesus, my God. And Jesus, my God. I cabresumbeletia. Lord, we pray for the blood. Let your blood do the speaking. Let your blood, let your blood, let your blood, let your blood. Let your blood do mighty, 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 mighty. In Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas. Lord, let your blood supersede every affairs of the state. In California, Colorado, Connecticut, Lord, we pray for the blood of Jesus. Let the blood of Jesus speak. The blood of Jesus will have volume. The blood of Jesus will have volume. In the wild, in Florida, Georgia, Hawaii. Lord, let your blood speak. Let your blood take authority and take charge. Your blood take authority and take charge. In the name of Jesus. In Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa. Lord, we ask for your blood. Let there be an evidence of your blood. Let there be an evidence of your blood. Let there be an evidence of your blood at work. Jesus. In Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana. Jesus, let your blood speak. Let there be a volume of your blood being audible. Yes, the volume of your blood being audible. Your blood is audible in the states. In the name of Jesus. In Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota. Jesus, let your blood speak. Let there be evidence of your blood. Let it be known that there is a Lord that can speak against, that can take authority, that can take charge. Oh, Cabreso Melenegi la Fanteliata. Oh, Jesus. Holy Spirit. In Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Jesus, we ask for your blood to do the talking. Your blood should part way. Your blood should come in. Riding like a chariot, on a chariot. For he is the King of Kings. Underneath the shadow of your wings. Lord, in Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Jesus, let your blood supersede the states. The blood of Jesus, let it supersede the states. Let there be an evidence that, oh, Jesus, these are carriers of your blood. These are carriers of your blood. These are intentional beings of your blood. These are people who these are people who are being soaked and rent by your blood. Jesus. In Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming, District of Columbia, America, Samoa, Guam, Northern Mariana Island, Puerto Rico, United States Minor Outlying Highlands, Virgin Island, US. Lord, Let there be an evidence of your blood. Lord, let there be an evidence of your blood. Jesus, let there be an evidence of your blood. Let your blood be made known. Let your blood be made known. I cobra sempre tedi. Shababelem brandembroto rakabarati bai. Oh, blood of Jesus. 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 The blood that set free. The blood that loses. The blood that calms storm. The blood that heals. Ha, Jesus. Yes, the blood heals. The blood heals. The communion, that is the blood of Jesus and the flesh of Jesus. And guess what the Bible says in the book of Corinthians? It said, before you can take this, do not take this unworthily. And then after you have taken it, it's going to cause a repair in your heart. It's going to repair you. That is why I said it heals. The blood heals. The blood heals. It heals. Damaged tissues, the blood heals. There is power mighty in the blood. There is power mighty in the blood. How do you use the blood will determine how it works for you. Take the blood with authority. Take the blood with authority. And I pray for you as I pray for myself this morning, that from henceforth, we don't only walk, but we walk in dominion. We walk in authority. We walk with the evidence that it is done. We walk with the evidence that it is sealed. Oh, Jesus. Thank you, faithful God. Thank you, Jesus. For in Jesus' mighty name we are prayed. For in Jesus' mighty name we are prayed. Our most righteous God in heaven, we want to say thank you. Thank you for yet another time in your presence to intercede, to stand in gap for nation across the world, to bring forth your word with power, with strength, with potency. Father, let your name be glorified in the name of Jesus. Lord, we have come to take authority over every state, over every county in this nation. Jesus, by your blood, cleanse every uncertainty. By your blood, clean every affairs of the wicked. By your blood, cause an healing to the heart of mayors. Cause an healing to the heart of all the mayors, all the people in authority, people in power, in the name of Jesus. Lord God, my Father, we raise an incense of prayer all across the state of United States of America, that Jesus, from henceforth, your glory will be seen and your blood will be evidence in their life. In the name of Jesus. Thank you, Father, for in Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. Amen. Amen and amen. Thank you all so much once again this morning for a nice time in God's presence to pray and to stand in gap. I pray that when next we shall meet, we shall have reasons to glorify the name of the Lord together. Not to forget, we'll meet again next Tuesday by 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday. And the Lord God will help each and every one of us in the name of Jesus. Just a quick one also again. YMR USA is around the corner. It's happening July 9 through to July 11th. And I am very sure and certain you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. It's happening in Minnesota, in the Restoration Chapel, Como Avenue. Yeah, you can check. You can follow YMR USA on Instagram, YMR Global on every other social platform to get more updates about what is happening. And one thing I know for sure is that as many of you who will be attending, you can't live the same way you have come. You are coming. Because what the Lord God has done in time past, He's too faithful to do less. He's too faithful to do less, which means He's going to do more. And the team is the new army. It is the new army. So wherever you are in the United States of America and you want to be part of the army that the Lord God will be using to set fire, to set revival around this nation, outside this nation, from your state to every other state in the United States of America, please, I want you to be there, please. Try all means possible to be there. The link is all across any YMR platform, any YMR USA. And guess what? We have actually started praying for the program. That is because God is ready to do something. So please be prepared for the mighty move. For the mighty move, because that day heaven will be a record that truly there are some generals here on earth in Minnesota praising the Lord, having a bountiful harvest of retreat and revival. So please plan to attend, and I see God helping each and every one of us in the name of Jesus. May the Lord help us and bless us in the name of Jesus. This week, the rest of this week is blessed of the Lord, that the hand of the Lord will be mightily upon each and every one of us in the name of Jesus, and the glory of the Lord will radiate upon us in the name of Jesus. From henceforth, for you bear in your body the mark of the Lord Jesus, that mark will speak for you, the mark will work for you, the mark will speak for you. The mark of Christ will work for you. People will see you and call you wonder. People will see you and bless God over your life in the name of Jesus. Thank you, blessed Redeemer, for in Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. For in Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. Thank you all so much once again. God bless you. Let us share the grace together. I say I want to apologize. One will be joining. We started a little bit late. Had some little technical error. To God be the glory. It was all done by the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. Yeah. So let's share the grace together, and not to forget 11:30 on Tuesday we meet again. The grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, and the communion of the Holy Spirit rest and abide with us now and forevermore. Amen. Surely God's goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives, and we shall dwell in the presence of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. 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 Thank you all so much. God bless you. And do have a